Hello and welcome to Sketchbook Blues, the only one of my YouTube shows that kept the stupid name that I gave it like 10 years ago. I found a bunch more old drawings that I did as a child, so let's get started. First is this tiny, hideous book that I made of my own alien races. It's like a little crazy rabbit that goes mining for gems. This one kind of gives me nightmares. It's got backwards knees and an exposed brain, I guess. Those eyes will haunt you. And they're called the Furk. You might think that's a weird name for an alien race, but I don't give a furk. These guys are supposed to have like pincer hands to attack their prey, but it looks like at worst it would feel like you just got wrapped up in some wet linguine. Looks like Planet Jandabar is playing hula hoop with its rings. Here's a bunch of like action poses of those cartoon characters I showed in the last episode. Asher's dentures are falling out. Dragon's getting hit in the face with a skateboard. Here's a little packet that says, "Don't open. The great artifacts. Very classified." Well, I'm gonna open it anyways. It's just a bunch of like descriptions of quests, I guess, to get these artifacts. This says, "Shard pieces. Collect 4 shards to assemble the shard." It's like the medieval quest version of modern bureaucracy. Fill out these 4 forms to request that the request form be mailed to you. Ooh, I have a horde growing from the back of my head. Should I be concerned? Ooh, the big book of superheroes. Let's dive into this. Okay, that's the last time I buy something from Wish.com. It said these gloves and boots were a medium. I just got a manicure and I could not be happier with my nails right now.
Honey, I don't remember how to program this universal remote. That is not how a human fist is supposed to look. This is not how a human female is supposed to look.
Nobody's gonna hear me if I tiptoe.
Yo, you ever wonder what it looks like when you mix Dragon Ball Z with a dude, bro? Here you go, bro.
I've got all kinds of cool gadgets, like a Bluetooth and a megaphone.
And a cinnamon bun. Okay, is this how a human fist is supposed to look? That still doesn't feel right. I think we're getting closer.
Let me show you a variety of different fingering techniques. There's this one, and then there's this one. And by fingering, I mean manifesting different energy shields, of course.
Why did I make my armor so pointy? Wearing this is torture. Oh, and they said strapping bombs to yourself doesn't count as a superpower. Well, I'll show them.
I also have a bunch of photos of drawings that my friend Trevor just sent me because we were working on like a superhero novel together. So I was like drawing his characters and the characters we came up with together. So here's his main superhero, Rift, which after he gave me some vague descriptions of the character, I drew him like this, and then later realized when many people told me that he looks exactly like Neo from The Matrix. His coat is a little bit less of like a goth wedding dress and a little bit more of like a creepy guy lurking in an alleyway. Here's a concept drawing where he looks more like a blind private detective. Okay, here's another character of Trevor's called Axel. You can tell that Trevor asked me to draw him as like a really cool guy because the way I interpreted that was sideburns shaved into the shape of flames, which is something I thought that I wanted at some point in my life, and then like really baggy cargo pants, which to me was the epitome of cool because I wore them all the time. This is like a guy you see at night downtown on the street corner like trying to do close-up magic in an Affliction t-shirt. Here was Trevor's supervillain who has legs for days. Look out, ladies. So here's my favorite of Trevor's characters. Her name is Strobe. She had some sort of like, she could make her skin like flash really bright lights or something, and he decided that would give her burns. And of course, a superhero whose power is light, her arch nemesis would be her own shadow. I'm just kidding, that's not what it is. I don't remember actually who that's supposed to be. So here's a superhero I drew while we were bored at a pep band game, and Trevor was just dictating details to me, and I was drawing this superhero based on what he was saying. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. She looks like a Russian powerlifter. Those thighs, oh my god, I don't even know what's happening. And look at all these split ends. She really needs some Pantene Pro V. Okay, so as if it weren't obvious enough that I was obsessed with superheroes, I drew my friend group, each of us as our own superhero. Some of them are meaner than others. This is Trevor, he's the jazz man. He's got a trumpet that's also a blade. I don't know, he liked jazz. Paul as the mole, because he had a big mole on his arm. So he's got big mole claws, and he still has that hairy mole right there. And then Mike as Speed Psycho. A little offensive, I realize that. Chris as the Sliminator. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain it. So I would write these fiction stories with all of us in it. There was a parody on Lord of the Flies, so we would all be stranded on an island trying to survive. And one of them, Chris, was like, "Hey, there's slime on this rock. Let's all lick slime," which is a reference to a Simpsons joke. So then we always just made fun of him as the guy who licked slime. This is Dave as the gnome. I don't even remember. I guess he was short, so he was a gnome. And then Aaron as Bother Boy. He was sort of the outcast of the group, and he always bugged us, so his power is just being really annoying. And then me, of course, I was just Captain Nice Guy. I was like super buff. There's nothing bad about me. I was awesome. And that's it for this episode of Sketchbook Blues. Be sure to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell. And remember, next time you see a superhero on the street, you could give him my number. I'll call him. We'll go for coffee.